Hi, Kristen Connors here from the Youth Bureau. Today I'm going to show you how to do some fun activities in your house using a small space with stuff that you already have. These are going to be some quick little fun exercise activities that anyone in the house can do with very minimum equipment and things that are just lying around the house. That way you don't need to leave and go get that. With us being stuck inside the house, it gets harder and harder to stay active during the day. And especially if the weather is bad, or if you live in a place where a lot of the outdoor areas are crowded and you can't get outside to be active, it's hard to do exercises in a confined space. So I'm going to show you how to do that today.
Okay, there's going to be 5 exercises I'll show you today, and for each of those exercises, this is equipment you're going to need. A basket or a box, whatever you have available, deck of cards, just a regular 52 deck of playing cards, dice, 6-sided, 2 of them. Again, I also have socks bunched up by the basket. Use something soft for shooting. Cones or something else that you can mark out space, and signs. Those are printed out. You don't need to print them out. You can write down. And the signs just have exercises on them for the exercise relay game. So for the first exercise, it's called Roll of the Dice. And we have the 2 6-sided dice I mentioned. And we have assigned exercises to the dice. You roll them. In this case, I rolled a 2 and a 5. Now I've assigned 2 for jumping jacks and 5 for butt kicks. Now just pick whatever amount of reps you would like to do for each of those, like say a blanket, 6 reps for each of them, 10 reps, whatever you want to do. Second set, I rolled a 1 and a 6. Now you can do this game as much as you want, as many rounds as you like. It's very adaptable. Do whatever you would like with it. If you want to play it for individual game. I'm at the end of this clip, I'm going to show you how to put all 5 exercises together for a fun activity to do with them all together. But all of these exercises can definitely be done by themselves for something fun to do. And you can assign whatever exercises you would like to each of the dice rolls. Now, for me, what I did for rolling a double is I just did each exercise twice. Again, and assign how many repetitions you want for exercise. It's very adaptable. For each exercise, too, we want to remember technique. As you can see, my back is straight when I'm doing my squats. And beware of animals when you're rolling dice, as you can see. Second exercise relay game. And for this one, I have printed out exercise and the number of reps to do each exercise. And I have 2 cones laid out to measure out the distance. You don't have to have 2 cones, and you don't have to print out the sheets. Write down the exercises if you like. That's fine too. And you just go through each set of exercise. And exercise number 3, animal moves. Now I have 2 cones. You can use whatever you want to mark out the space. I think I said about 10 to 15 feet. You can do whatever 4 animal moves you want, or up it to 6 animal moves, 8 animal moves, if this is the only thing you're doing. It's it's up to you. Again, like I said, all these exercises are really adaptable and just have fun with them. At the end of this clip, I'll show you how to put all of these together for one really fun game. And just go down and back. You can go down and back multiple times, have a race, who can get the quickest time to do all of the exercises, whatever you like to do. This one, the duck blocks are one of my favorite because you actually do waddle like a duck. And they're actually a little deceiving. They're harder than they look because you're walking on your heel with your toes pointing towards the ceiling in a slight squat motion. These are really good calf workout. And you'll probably get a good laugh, which we need some laughs right now. Third exercise I did was a bear crawl. Again, like I said, just do whatever animal exercises you want to do. It's just supposed to be fun and for kids to be active. And the final move is a crab walk. At some point in our lives, most people have done a crab walk. All right, the fourth exercise I'll be showing you today is called How Many Can You Make? This involves the basket and the socks I showed you earlier. So here's the basket. You can use a box or a hat or anything you have available. Use something soft. I use rolled up socks, obviously clean rolled up socks, but you can use whatever you want as long as it's soft and you're not going to break anything. And you're just going to see how many you can make. So a couple ways you can play this game is have a timer, how many can you make with a timer, and score and award points to how many you make. Completely up to you and completely adaptable. We have one more added element to this one that you can do, which is the long shot. So I'm way back here in my kitchen. And there you go. And make the long shot, which could be for extra points. Last exercise we've got is the deck of cards. Most of these games, you've probably seen a version of them online. They're pretty popular, but that's why they're popular. They're the items you can use in your house and very adaptable to fit whatever your exercise needs are and age. So after we shuffle the cards, we're going to pick a card. You can do this in multiple ways if you want. Again, assign exercises to the shapes. For me, face cards, I did burpees. Assign as many burpees as you would like, or assign a different exercise, like star jumps or anything else like that. Two of diamonds is mountain climbers. Again, whatever one you want. Usually, whatever number is on the card is the number of repetitions you do. Spades were alternating punches, and I drew a 10, so we do 10. In clubs, I did skaters. I drew an 8, so we'll be doing 8 of those. And which is really great about these exercises too is all of these games can be played with minimum space. As you can see, all of these are right in that space area that I have right there. And at the end of I will show you how to do all of them in almost the same amount of space. So, and then we have hearts, which are side crunches. All right, so what happens if you pull a joker? Again, you can make this any rule you want, but for me, if I pulled a joker, the last cards that I drew, up to 4 cards, because it might be in the beginning or, you know, whatever, you have to do those exercises twice. So we're going through all the cards that I drew. Minus the face cards, though, so you won't be doing the burpees twice. It's only the numbered cards, or if you decide to do the special exercise that you have assigned to the face cards as included in that, you can. But again, you can assign any rules you want. It's really adaptable. Okay, so putting it all together for the fun Stuck Inside Olympic Games that we can do all of these together. This handout is also going to be available on our Facebook, so you can follow along. So I have set up stations in that area that we were just in with all the exercises I just showed you. You can write them on cards. You do not need to print them out. I have it labeled Station 1, Station 2. Again, with those exercises that I showed you. Now, the course is a little different now, just because I have to do all those in that same space. So they're not all in that same line like they were before, but they're all in that same area. Station 4, how many can you make again? And I've assigned points. So when you're tallying up the points at the end of this game, you will use those towards the score. You can assign points to the fastest person who completed it, style points, and the shots made. Again, however you would like to do it. This is just an example of how you could do all these exercises into this type of game. And there's our deck of cards for our 52. All right, let's see what this would look like. So let the games begin. I have instructions on each of the cards there, so in case somebody forgets while they're doing it, they can do it right there. See how the instructions are. Compete against your family. Again, don't invite anybody over to your house. We're still trying to practice social distancing. But it's a fun little challenge that you could do in very minimal space. Those who live in apartment complex, I live in apartments, just keep in mind if you are doing any of the jumping exercises, try to be aware and friendly of your neighbors. Do them at hours that are reasonable. Or you can just change it to low impact exercises with no jumping. And I'm sure all of you noticed as well, I have cats, so we're doing this with cats who are constantly in the way during the whole thing. But we make it work. We make do with what we've got. It adds another element of a challenge as well, so just, it's fun. And we're going for the long shot. Now, for my rules, I gave you 3 attempts to try to make the long shot. It's up to the person. It's a little bit of a gamble. If you take the extra time, you might lose points on the time end, but you might gain 3 extra points each shot you make. So that's a potential for 9 extra points. Now, I added that in there to make up for the random aspect of the cards drawn and the dice. Give somebody a chance to make up for that. And there you go. That's the whole thing. It took me all about 5 minutes to do the whole thing. Again, that's, if you get lucky with the draws. But thanks for watching. Continue to check us out on our Facebook.